Hi, today we're going to walk through setting up sending your leads from WhatConverts into Zoho CRM. The things that you'll need are your WhatConverts account, your Zoho account, and Zapier. So the first thing that you want to do is go into WhatConverts and make sure you've mapped all of your fields. This way you don't have to set up multiple Zaps for different lead types. So when you're in your dashboard, under your profile, navigate to Settings and Field Mapping. If you already have forms and phone calls coming in, you'll see all of those fields that come in populate under Mapped Fields. If you have a field mapping that is not available, standard, you'll have company name, contact name, email, and phone number. If you need to add additional fields like first name, last name, those are also available here. So when you get to the bottom of the mapped fields, you'll just want to make sure that all of the fields here line up with what you want to pass into your CRM. So you'll see here, contact name, I have set as contact name. This one's incorrect, so I'm going to unmap that field. All of these different email addresses are mapped to email. The reason that you'll see things like this is if you have different forms on your website that are being tracked, some of the field names or field input names may be different. And so we capture all of the input field names as they are set in the code of the form itself. So while you'll see some forms, they'll say email address, other form might say email asterisk as an indication that it's a required field. We're just going to map that all so it comes through in one field. Phone number. Okay, now once you have all of that set, the next thing you're going to do is go to Zapier, and we're going to start by making a Zap. Now we know we want to send the leads from WhatConverts into the CRM, so first you'll start by naming your Zap. I like to do this first so that way you're not going back and doing it later. You can forget. Zapier has recently moved this to the top of the page on this page. So we're going to say Zoho So when a new lead comes from WhatConverts, you'll want to make sure you choose your account. If you haven't, you'll need to add a new account, which you can do right there. Now on this page, we're going to customize the lead. What this means is what trigger do we want to send the lead? So in this case, you'll want to send everything that you have coming into your account. Now you're going to notice there are multiple phone call triggers. You only want to send one of those. So if you want a modified phone call, so if you have a call flow tree menu set up and you only want to send if certain people select certain menu items, or if people select certain menu items, you'll pick phone calls modified. Phone calls in progress will send the phone call to the next step of the Zap, which is sending it to your CRM while the call is in progress. So as soon as the call happens, a lot of people like to use this if you are trying to modify your phone calls or you're trying to edit your phone calls while they're in progress in your CRM. I'm leaving these as no because the way I like to send leads into a CRM, I like to do it once the call is completed. This gives you a duration. You can also send your recording URL. All of that information is available to you. So we're not going to send modified. We're not going to send in progress. Text messages. We're going to send web forms, not e-commerce transactions, no custom events, completed chats. If you do have chats coming in, you can send those as well. They also have additional triggers. So if you have Live Chat Inc. is the only chat service we have currently that has an in progress step. No to emails and no to other. Then select your profile. And then you'll see here, here's the phone calls completed. I just want to make sure that's clicked to yes. So I'm going to click continue. I like to test and review this step, and this way I can see which lead it actually is retrieved from my WhatConverts account. So I know this is a phone call that has just come in. I just placed this call prior to starting this video. So I'm just going to leave that as selected. I'm going to click Done Editing. So the next thing we're going to do is send this to Zoho. And this is going to be Create Lead. And I'm just going to pick this brand new Zoho account that I created to test this integration. Now, when you have a customized lead, you select your layout, how you want your lead to show up in Zoho. By default, everyone has a standard layout. What's considered required in the standard layout is dependent on how you have it set up in Zoho. So this is a simple standard layout as it comes in from a brand new Zoho account. So I'm going to select company here. We're just going to, now here you're going to see all of the information from the lead, but what we're actually going to start looking for are these mapped fields. So I'm going to have the company tied to map field's contact name. Last name I'm also going to put as map field's contact name. Additionally, if you have a company name mapped, you can also put that in. Something I like to do to just make sure that these, if the values are available, they populate, is you can just type a space. And then if you have your mapped company name, email. So again, we're looking for these mapped fields. This is why we did this first, so this is capturing every lead type. Another thing you can do here is when you drop down this insert a field menu, you can search. Mapped fields phone number. So this is where I'm populating the contact information from the phone call. A lot of these fields obviously are not going to be populated as they're all contact fields, and what we have to go on right now is basic caller ID information. But for description, this is where you can actually insert in your marketing data. So you type in source, space, drop down, and you can look for source, hit enter, medium, campaign, content, keyword, landing page, page, and then any additional information off of your lead data that you would like. In this case, I'd like the recording URL. And that's it. So once you've got this set up, you can hit continue, test and review. once it's successful, you can go over to Zoho. You can go to your leads tab, and there is my brand new lead. And as you see, it's fairly unpopulated, but as you look through the information, your description comes through just as it was set up in the Zap. So that is that. There is one additional thing that I would like to mention here. As you're going through this, you're going to see something called lead source. That is a standardized field from Zoho itself. That is optional in this standard out of the box, so to speak, layout. This lead source that they are asking for is unrelated to the marketing source for the lead itself. So that's all you have to do here. Just when you have that test go through and it's successful, you can turn the Zap on, and then all the leads that you have set up, all the lead types that you have set up will be sent over into your CRM. Let us know if you have any questions.